It is not looking good for Stephanie White today. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like the video and please hype the video, man. The hype takes the video to a whole nother stratosphere, man. Just please make sure you guys are hyping the content when you watch it. Now, with that being said, there has been a video that has been released by the Indiana Fever. A lot of fans and a lot of people have reacted to this video. Now, in this set footage, Stephanie White gets emotional when speaking about Ty Harris. Now, we know Caitlin Clark balls out after games. Before she had her back issues, she was averaging nearly 20 points a game.
The quiet moment was suddenly broken by one statement that created a huge reaction across the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham did not simply talk about the Indiana Fever's problems. She openly challenged their entire defensive approach in front of everyone. This was not just about one disappointing performance or a few missed opportunities. Her words felt like a strong message that made Stephanie White look like she was struggling to keep her team together. When an experienced player from another organization starts highlighting weaknesses and questioning a team's defensive identity, it can damage the image of the entire franchise. This was the point where many people began to believe the Indiana Fever were dealing with major internal challenges.
White and this whole Indiana Fever situation involving Caitlin Clark. It's looking more to me that there's clearly an issue going on in Indy. There's clearly an issue between Stephanie White and the Fever organization. It's clearly an issue between not just the organization, but her and Caitlin Clark. I feel like Stephanie White actually might be the one for sure leaving after this year. I just got to be honest, man. A hunch is just telling me, based off everything I've seen at these games, body language, everything that I've seen thus far, let me know Stephanie White probably going to get fired after.
Sophie Cunningham did not hold back when discussing the defensive style being used by the Indiana Fever. She questioned how a team could compete at a high level while constantly allowing opponents to score big numbers. Her comments created attention because they exposed concerns that many people were already noticing. She raised questions about the defensive planning and how the team was handling pressure situations. The Fever may usually keep games competitive, but giving up 111 points showed serious weaknesses. It sent a message around the league that teams were becoming more confident facing the Fever's defense.
Sure, bro. Let's roll.
Great job. I'm really proud of you. It was nice to not sweat one out, right? It was nice to come in and to have high energy, right? To play together, to continue to build on a lead. Ty? It's the ultimate, I hope you understand, it's the ultimate compliment that we can trust you to start you in a game and to play you these kind of minutes and to know that you're going to show up. Free Hall!
Sophie's statements created a strong reaction around Indianapolis because they matched the concerns that had been building for some time. Many people started discussing whether there were deeper problems within the team atmosphere. It was no longer just a conversation among fans. Basketball analysts and people around the sport were also paying attention. When outside voices begin pointing out problems with a team's performance, it can create unwanted pressure. Stephanie White now faces a difficult situation where leadership, trust, and team chemistry are being questioned.
The fallout from Sophie's comments has sent shockwaves through the Indiana front office because it confirms what everyone has been whispering. The internal culture is being described as one of the unfriendliest groups in the entire league. It is not just the fans saying it anymore. People within the basketball world are acknowledging that something is fundamentally broken. When your own peers are broadcasting to the world that your defense is horrible, it creates a level of disrespect that is hard to recover from. Stephanie White is now facing a crisis of authority that could define the rest of her coaching career.
While the Fever's defensive struggles were getting attention, Stephanie White also became part of the discussion after showing a very emotional reaction. But the moment that surprised many Caitlin Clark supporters was what caused the emotion. It was not because of a tough loss or defensive mistakes. White became emotional while praising Ty Harris and talking about her performance after a game. Many viewers noticed the difference in how the coach reacted. Seeing such a strong emotional response toward one player while appearing more reserved with a superstar rookie caused people to question the balance inside the team. Some believe moments like this can influence the mood of a locker room.
So that was the scene after the LA Sparks game last night, man. And we exposed that the attendance was very low at this game, man. Judging off many photos and everything that was released online, the Indiana Fever are in a world of trouble. A world of trouble.
You know what's funny?
Now, Sophie Cunningham kind of throws Brianna January under the bus yesterday on her podcast and the Fitness Mercury as well.
So,
let's listen.
We are not going to win very many games when people score 100 points on us, and they average, I think, around 80 points, and we let them score like 111. Our defense.
The reaction toward Ty Harris created a lot of discussion among fans who have watched Caitlin Clark handle huge expectations for the franchise. White explained that trusting Harris with a starting role and major minutes was an important achievement. It was a special moment for Harris, but many fans viewed it from a wider perspective. They questioned why a role player's success received such a powerful emotional response while Clark's impressive performances were often analyzed in a different way. This difference made some people wonder if there was a bigger issue between the coaching staff and the team's biggest star.
Very many games when people score 100 points on us, and they average, I think, around 80 points, and we let them score like 111. Our defense is horrible, and I think everyone knows that. We are not going to win.
So y'all heard her? She said our defense
I know
is horrible. Who's over the defense? Brianna January is a defensive specialist, ? Players on her own team are broadcasting to the world that their defense are horrible. Just
people in their own organization that, like, nobody likes their team this year. They say that they are, like, the unfriendliest group. So we're not the only ones who feel that way. Internal people feel that way, too. You know what's funny, though?
She's talking about
the actions and reactions during games often reveal things that official statements do not always explain. Some fans feel that when Stephanie White talks about Caitlin Clark, the excitement and energy are not always visible. They expected a coach to show more enthusiasm while working with one of the biggest young talents in basketball. When Clark delivers strong performances and produces at an elite level, the praise is often spread across the entire team instead of focusing on her individual impact. Some viewers believe this reduces attention on the incredible things she is accomplishing.
There's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
And that's all it still is. This is coming back from Caitlin Clark rookie year when Charles Barkley said this, guys. It's still the same thing going on. The assaults is still happening to Caitlin. As of right now, I don't think that it's going to change. This is how it's going to be. Now, Evelyn DR stated this. She said Stephanie White was on the verge of tears talking about Ty Harris' performance tonight before they cut off the clip. Meanwhile, when it comes to praising Caitlin Clark, every compliment sounds like it's being given.
This difference in how players are viewed has become a major topic among people following the team closely. Caitlin Clark often faces the pressure after difficult games and answers the toughest questions from the media. Meanwhile, other players appear to receive more patience and encouragement from the coaching staff. This creates questions about whether the team is giving equal support to everyone. If a franchise player feels disconnected or unsupported, it can slowly create frustration. A team needs trust and unity, especially when trying to build around a young superstar.
About Ty Harris' performance tonight before they cut off the clip. Meanwhile, when it comes to praising Caitlin Clark, every compliment sounds like it's being given under duress or gets turned into a group project. The contrast is hard to ignore. Shaking my head. Indiana Fever, Amber Cox. Let's read some of these comments. He currently got 116 comments on his post. Goes on to say it wouldn't be an issue if she treated everyone on the team the same. The problem is the double standard. From my perspective, CC often shoulders the blame after losses while other players receive.
The situation in Indianapolis has reached a level where many people are discussing possible changes moving forward. Some believe the pressure around Stephanie White could increase as the season continues. The team's performances, communication, and overall energy have created more questions from fans and analysts. When a coach appears to have stronger connections with certain players, it can create difficult decisions for the organization. Even basketball personalities have started talking about the attention surrounding the Fever. Charles Barkley recently discussed the impact Caitlin Clark has had on women's basketball and suggested that personal opinions should not stop the growth of the sport. He highlighted that Clark has brought massive attention, new viewers, and more interest to the league. However, She has also faced criticism and controversy from different sides. The physical battles during games and the ongoing debates around her treatment continue to keep the WNBA in the spotlight.